Calm down. Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basics. I'm gonna do this how we do text, baby. Man, it does back. You know what it is. Know what it is. It is the only place gonna get it. Only place gonna get it. Only place gonna get it. It's right back. Only place we ever gonna get it is right back. Right back in the basic. It's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basics. I'm gonna do this is how we do text, baby. Man, it does back. You know what it is. Know what it is. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Front the word preacher, preacher. And today's topic to talk about is Yo Harvey. I just saw your video and you was talking about the female from playing the movie The Help that's speaking out what's going on in diversity. I gotta give this woman, she brave enough doing that, but you would never get our people do that. A lot of us are scared. I'm not afraid of the darkness. I'll face it when it make it all light again, make it all good. People need to understand, man. My response to your video, to this response to truth does kill. And truth does kill. People don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear it. Tell white people the truth, what's going on. They don't give a fuck. They don't want to hear it. But let somebody lie to them, they'll believe it. Even if they don't believe it, they'll believe it. Tell Asian people the truth. Even if they don't want to hear the truth, they want to hear lies. Every other race or group do this. Even Latinos, Asian, blacks, anybody. But when it comes to us, we're the only group. I don't hate nobody. The only people I hate is the lack of ability and nobility. That's the only people I can't stand. Who don't know how to embrace about life and live a life. But Oprah, she know better. Cause she is really trying her hardest to show the diversity. See, ever since Obama got in there, I said I knew it's gonna be some stuff behind that. Let somebody threaten me and my kids, I'll be go at them. I meant that. That's why we're the most forgiving people. That's why we're getting fucked with every fucking day. And they're going to get tired of that. Every other group. You cannot tell me. Look at black movies and look at all these other race of movies. You can't tell me there's a difference between those two. There's something wrong with that picture. There's something wrong. Why do we the only group do that? I'm not going to let a motherfucking racist say something to me. I'm going to kick his motherfucking ass. Or fucking killed his ass. That's what I do. I don't like them. I don't like to be around them. I don't want nothing to do with them. Until they need to learn how to respect people regardless of what race they are. If you don't, take your ass down somewhere and find something that you want to live that you think is more better. It's sad. It's embarrassment. It's embarrassment. It's embarrassment to see that. And we talk about diversity. I'm all for it. But these other races need to do the same. It showed me right there. They don't give a fuck about us. But let alone, we don't give a damn about ourselves. It's not even worth being angry. I'm going to tell you what really hurts me. That we still out here. And we beg these people to love us. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Don't look forward to it. Because if it was, they would have done it. Until they learn how to love. Some people don't know what love is. You have to learn it. Some people going to continue to be evil. That's just the way it is. And every other race know that. Even the black community, we know this. Hate the person what they are, not the color of their skin. And that's learning from the Martin Luther King. If people so care about Martin Luther King like people say it is, then why is it that this man died for nothing? Because all he wanted to do is to bring everybody together. He's the one who wanted to bring diversity. He wanted that. Malcolm was against it because it could have been the way around and make him a hate mongering. Meaning, that, in other words, he hate whites. How can Malcolm hate whites and he got white blood in him? Let's be honest. For years, black community got European ancestry. Same thing whites. Whites got some African ancestry. They got black in them. Don't. It angers me. For some reason, nobody wants to talk about this. And they need to start talking about this because everybody's living a lie somewhere. And Asians do too. Every other group do this than we do. And that goes to anybody, But I'm gonna tell you, I gotta give up this beautiful white lady. She spoke and need diversity. It do, but frankly, I doubt it if it ever gonna happen. Because let's be honest, how many people actually watch black movies? Let's be for real here. I understand why Spike Lee attacking Quentin Tarantino, because Spike Lee felt like why he can't have a major hidden budget film after all the hard work he does. I understand that why he was angry, but at the same time, Spike needed to look at the people who own these studios and why they not looking at his movies. You would think all the record, and they don't give a damn about Spike Lee. After all the hard work he done, and I look up to Spike, I respect him, but they still shit on him every chance he get. He make mistakes. He's a human being, and so is Jesse. So is Al Sharp. All these things, but they got to look at some of the action, and that goes to everybody else. But Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hammer and Rush Limbaugh, fuck those motherfuckers right there. You can tell they don't like black. But the funny thing is, half of them don't know they got some black in them. They just don't know. They will never tell you that. Because they're going to use that nigger rampage, throwing the word nigger and all this other stuff. And I'm going to tell you what that word meant. The N word that people got to understand, you can look this up. It got something to do with ancient Egypt ritual, bringing back from the dead, cutting communication with the dead. It symbolized a black symbolization of death. I'm telling you, that's what that word means. They openly say they want to kill blacks. I'm telling you, that's what that word come from. And that explains why Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson trying to get everybody to stop using this word. A lot of African Americans or Africans don't even know where this word actually came from. Look this stuff up. Look at all these racial slurs when people use it. Even white folks know what it meant. Elder white folks, they knew what it meant. It's a Greek word for nabio, means dead. It's got something to do. People could not communicate with dead relatives, their loved one, and got something to do with a form of black magic. So that explains every goddamn thing. That explains about our society. And I guess that paganism from Europeans is white magic. That explains a lot. That explains many years to come. If we think that we got Obama in there and think everything gonna change, we're fooling ourselves. We're a fool. I'm serious. We're the only group. Let's say if Obama and Bush are cousins. Let's say if they were. Because it just proved my statement that whites and blacks mess with each other for years. The thing is, they became enemies, they became friends, and they became lovers. It does happen. Whites been lied to just as much as blacks does, and they don't want to face the truth. They don't want to face and say, you know what, we had it all wrong all these years. We don't want to face that. But it's funny that Jesus died for every sins for everybody. They claim they're a Christian. They need to understand when you're a Christian, you will die for anything for what you believe and what you stand for. That's a Christian. But these Christians ain't going to do it. What they'll do is they want to serve two masters instead of serving one. No, you can't serve two masters. You can't fend the wrong and not fend the right. You can't be a murderer and then being a saint. It don't work like that. You have to choose. You have to choose what side. That's why people say, oh, sometimes you have to make your own choice and to stick with your own side. You know, you run your own side. You don't have to choose, but some people gonna feel like you have to choose. That's why it goes back to red and blue for the Greeks and the Romans. That's why I go back to the Democrats and Republicans. It goes back to that. I see why whites and blacks fighting each other. Even there were white slavery. But the funny thing is, nobody wants to talk about it, if there is one or not. Yeah, black people did went through slavery, or haven't, or have we ain't been through that. Because I want to know where the slave boats. Where the slave boat, what certain wood they use, and what certain food or they eat, and what certain drinks they drink. What certain thing? What? How many? That's a question right there. See, when you asking too many questions, they don't want to give you that kind of answers. So you got to ask questions. And I couldn't believe the Ku Klux Klan from all the way from Switzerland. I just couldn't believe it. It had to be a joke. It had to be. But there was this white guy made a video behind that explain where that term comes from. That explains it. Next thing you know, the Black Panther is going to come from South Africa. But there are rumors going on that these Africans, not only they torturing these African binos, they torture white farmers. I don't know how true that is. If it is, it's sad because we're no different than they is. We supposed to love everybody regardless of that. If you're a racist, you part of the problem. Now years ago it was whites were racist. Now they're saying it's black because let's be honest. That's what that verse racist. When a white person saying a verse racist, what they're really saying, how can you hate white but you got white relatives? That is true, but some of my folks will never admit that because they think that some whites will never accept them. Some would, some won't. Same thing, they would never say whites. Let's be honest. Whites and blacks are guilty with this mindset in every other group. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm telling you what started this problem, this scientific racism. That's what done a lot of damage. They're trying to say that a typical race of people was being migrated by motherfucking monkeys. Are you mean to tell me that a race of people come from monkeys? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Somebody's lying. They're not telling the truth. There's a next story that you heard. White Caucasian lost their melanin of their skin. That's hard to believe, but that's impossible. You mean to tell me if a white person stayed in the cold so long, his skin is about climbing, he went from a white person to a black. I mean, he went from a dark Caucasian to a light Caucasian. And then pink. I really don't believe this, but that's what I heard. And they say that it blasts to stay in the sun so long, they went from a black person to a white person. It's got something to do with the moon and the sun. It got something to do with this. And it's hard to believe. People can laugh at this. I can't blame because I don't believe none of this stuff. None until I did my research. And that explains why so much goddamn racism. Racism should have never started over there in Africa. It should have never started in Asia. And it should not started over there in Europe. Should have never started in the United States. They show all the states in the world that show that all the states that's racist, but who's the number one? United States. They say United States one of the most racist countries that ever lived, but yet New York City and Florida is the melting pots. But yet all the stuff that incident goes happened to Trayvon Martin case. I'm telling you, all racism is as a propaganda. All it is, they trying to put whites and blacks are against each other. They use whites and they damn sure using blacks, telling them that white is the enemy and black is the enemy. No, the enemy is what's in yourself and what's into your families and your loved ones and any other people, even including your own. You got to look at your own because sometimes your own people will do you wrong. If you think I'm lying, you better look it up because that explains it. Look at Martin Luther King. His own people crossed him. Even JFK, his own people crossed him too. And they have help from other people, other race. Even that Emmett Till, I couldn't believe. You would think whites kill Emmett Till. Blacks kill Emmett Till too, right along with whites. That explains every goddamn thing. Same thing, Abraham Lincoln been turned by his own people because he freed the slave. Some say Abraham Lincoln did not even want to free black people. I know some people going to get mad at me, but it is what it is. Let's be honest. If we're going to talk about diversity in this country, then other people need to talk about diversity in the country too. And I'm going to tell you something else. We need to study the language because right now we're going to have some issues. We need to get along how these other people, all these other race of people, because we keep saying we're all the same. I'm all for that diversity. I'm with that. But long as that Asians and Latinos and Middle East and whites and every other race need to do the same. And we need to do it also if we want to talk about diversity. Because some people don't want diversity. They don't want no emotional culture because they're afraid that their race is going to die out. They are afraid of that. Not just whites, but blacks are afraid of it too. Oh yeah, they can't relate to other races. And that is difficult. How can you relate to other people, but other people can't relate to you? See, that's going to be more problems. It's a racial illness. They face an illness that they got to deal with. But I'm sorry, they have to learn. And they got to study the cultural differences in the food because that's another problem. I'm sorry. We have to be careful when we talk about white brothers and sisters and look at their culture and why do they think the way they do. Whites got to be careful when they talk about black because they got to look at some of the cultures and what some of my folks do believe. Because I'm going to tell you something, and Asians and Latinos and Middle East and Jew, people, all race of people got to be careful when they talk about race of people. But Oprah know damn well that nobody want no diversity. She knows this. She knows that people won't look at black movies. Let's be for real. How many white people you know who will watch black movies? Now some will, some won't. I look at white movies, not much, but a couple of times. Cause I was watching the Hobbit Part 3. The five the I forgot what it called. It was called the Battle of Five Armors. The Battle of Five Armors. That was a great film, but it was going back to ancient Europe and ancient and European times, from the medieval time days. You have to go back to Caucasian era. Why they believe that you got to go back to the not only the Mid Viking, the Iron Age, and Bronze Gold Age, and the Ice Age and the Stone Age. You have to go back to that time. Why they believe when the TV was invented, radio, movies, the whole nine. Black people created something too, but the thing is, people don't claim it. They don't give the recognition to us because they're trying to say blacks don't exist. If blacks wasn't existed, that's funny. They won't even talk about the Mongols for some reason. Mongols, not Mongols, the Moors. Moors slaved their own people, enslaved Europeans and Latino folks. For some odd reason, man, for some reason, it will never be diversity. Never. And sadly, because some people don't want the same way. I never hear Asians say, we need to claim diversity. We're the only group do this. See, Martin Luther King, he wasn't lying when he said that, but Martin Luther King, he allowed this to happen. He the one who wanted to integrate with other races of people. He wanted that because it's going to stop the end racism. And then you got the interracial racism, interracial crime. I mean, it's silly, but that explains why. And whites and Asians and every other race don't want that. Even blacks don't want diversity because they're afraid to intermix. It's going to kill other race. How they going to relate to each other? How they going to get along? And the language is the difficult thing to talk about. It is. For example, I mean, do they know all black people? Because they don't know all black people, just like I don't know all races of people. So we have to be careful because sometimes truth kills sometimes. Truth does kill because every time when somebody speaks the truth, they want to get rid of that person and make it look like they're crazy. They don't know what they talk about, but they do know what they're talking about. I don't say anything. I let people see it for themselves because it happens all the time and it happened all through history. When somebody speaks the truth, they're gonna get that person to shut up. You say too much. Even the government don't want people to tell the truth. Oh hell no. The military, women damn sure don't want to hear the truth. Oh hell no. Women say they want to hear the truth. No, they'll call him a sexist. He don't like women. Oh, he hate women. He don't want nothing to do with it. Sometimes men don't like hearing the truth. Not gotta be another dude. Got a dude tell him, but a woman? What? You like, bitch? Shut up. They don't want to hear the truth. But it's funny when somebody give them the truth, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth. They kill a person speak the truth. You could kill the person speak the truth, but you could never kill the truth. I don't care what people say. Because the truth has already been buried and never been beaten. Truth has always remained here and it's going to be here to stay. So Harvey, I understand where you come from because if we're going to talk about diversity, then everybody else got to claim a diversity too. Because if it don't, what's the point in doing it? And that's how I'll explain my commentary. And it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basic Chuck of the Deuces. I would do text, baby. And until next time, all right? All right. Peace and I'm out.